Lesson 1. Exam Strategies for the 4 Skills. Welcome to your preparation for the MATSEC SEC Chinese Mandarin exam. The syllabus places equal emphasis on 4 key skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Let us look at the best strategies for each area. Before a listening task, always preview the questions. This helps you predict likely vocabulary and listen for key information, rather than trying to catch every single word. While the audio plays, listen closely for the tone of voice, key nouns, and verbs. Moving on to speaking, if you ever fail to understand a question during a short oral interaction, do not panic. Use a repair phrase like 请再说一遍 to ask for repetition. This shows communicative competence and keeps the interaction going. When practicing speaking, try to extend your answers beyond one-word replies to give simple opinions or reasons, which develops oral interaction skills. For reading, if you need to find a specific detail like a price or time, use scanning. Scan the text specifically for numbers, measure words, and related keywords to locate details efficiently without doing a full translation. To bridge reading and writing awareness, link high-frequency characters to their meaning, pinyin, and a simple mnemonic or stroke pattern. Finally, for writing a short message, the most effective plan and step is to list your purpose, audience, key phrases, and a simple structure before you start. This produces a clearer text and ensures you do not omit any key functions. Lesson 2. Pinyin, Tones and Pronunciation. In Standard Mandarin, pronunciation relies heavily on tones. There are 4 main tones, plus a neutral or light tone. Tones matter immensely because different tones on the exact same syllable can produce completely different words. A famous example is the syllable ma, which can mean mother, hemp, horse, or scold, depending entirely on the tone used. Let us break down how to read and write them in Standard Hanyu Pinyin. The tone mark is always placed on the main nuclear vowel of the syllable. The first tone is a high-level pitch, marked with a macron, as in ma. The second tone has a rising contour from mid to high and is marked with an acute accent, as in ma. The third tone has a falling, rising, or dipping contour. In isolation it dips, but in natural phrases it is often realized just as a low tone. It uses a charon, as in the pronoun 我. The fourth tone is a falling pitch, marked with a grave accent, such as in 是. Finally, there is the neutral tone, called 轻声. This is a light, unstressed tone without its own full contour, often found on particles like the question marker ma, or the second syllable of words. You will also encounter tone sandy, which is a regular change of tone in certain combinations. For example, when 2 third tones appear in a row, the first one is often pronounced with a rising contour. Lesson 3. Basic Greetings and Introductions. Knowing how to introduce yourself and greet others is essential for your speaking assessments. The most common everyday greeting, equivalent to hello, is 你好. Notice that this phrase consists of 2 third tones, which triggers the tone sandy rule we discussed earlier. If you want to say good morning in a classroom setting, use 早上好. When someone asks how you are using 你好吗, a natural and positive reply is 我很好，谢谢, meaning I am fine, thanks. When asking for someone's name, a polite and common question is 你叫什么名字? To state your own name, use the standard pattern 我叫, followed by your name. For example, 我叫李明. You also need to know how to state your nationality. To say I am from Malta, you can say 我是马耳他人 or 我来自马耳他. A complete and natural self-introduction for a short oral exam should greet the examiner, give your name, state your nationality and age, and end politely. For instance, 你好，我叫 Anna，我是马耳他人，我16岁，很高兴认识你. Finally, when it is time to leave, the appropriate phrase for saying goodbye or see you again is 再见. Lesson 4. Numbers, Quantity, and Family. In this lesson, we cover numbers, quantities, and family vocabulary. Let us look at some basic numbers first. The pinyin for the number 3 is san in the first tone. The character for 10 is shi. To build larger numbers, you simply combine them. For instance, 25 is 25, which literally translates to 2, 10, and 5. When asking questions about quantity or amounts, you use 多少, which means how many or how much. If you want to ask the price of an item, you say 多少钱. There is an important rule when counting objects with a measure word. The form for the number 2 changes. You must use 两 before a measure word, like 两个 for 2 things, instead of using are. When expressing your age, use the word 岁. For example, 我16岁 means I am 16 years old. Finally, let us review key family numbers. Mother is mama and father is baba. Chinese terms for siblings distinguish between older and younger. For example, an older brother is 哥哥. Paternal grandparents also have specific terms. Your father's father is 爷爷. If you want to put this all together to say, I have one younger sister, the best translation is 我有一个妹妹, which uses the verb 有, the number 1, the measure word 个, and the kinship noun for younger sister.
Thanks for watching. For free practice questions, study guides, and flashcards, visit exampreprise.com. Good luck on your exam.